Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. So, this is after hours update for Wednesday, September 24th. Going to be going through a list of tickers. Just wanted to do a little intro before I get into them, though. And yeah, been wearing I've been painting outside, so wearing a hat, got some hat hair. And yeah, wanted to get into Doge first, really, before I get into the tickers on the list, just because I think this is a really nice example of, Ethereum and Bitcoin, broke below the 50-day simple moving average. Everybody is panicking about, what's going on in the markets. Is alt season canceled, stuff like that. And, Doge really has very nicely retested the 50-day simple moving average and has bounced, currently trading at 24.43 cents. And if we do just a quick little Fibonacci retracement here from the low up to the high, we can see that it came back just below the 618, currently trading right around that level at 24.38, but has not gotten to the 786. So yeah, I think that's kind of like a nice tease. Anybody waiting for that 786, they're not going to get a fill. So I think that's just a really nice example. And then also in yesterday's stream, Stock Up with Larry Jones was mentioned. This is a channel I do not follow, but I think that great content. I remember following him back in, I think, 2021. And I remember when Elon was on SNL, Larry was talking about, this is a lot of hype. And he talked about selling his Doge. I did not listen. And so I think that he's just a great YouTuber, lots of great content and stuff. If I do flip over to the videos, we can see this guy right here. That is apparently Josh from Stocks with Josh. And yeah, this was also mentioned in yesterday's video or yesterday's stream. So just putting it up there in case you guys are interested, if you want some more content going over charts. They both seem great. I have not followed Josh, though, so I don't know about his channel, but generally they seem to work together. So I think that, they're a pretty nice group of people. So just wanted to share that. And yeah, this is one that I might get to at the end of the stream, which is on Grab, just noticing that Unusual Whales posted about it. But yeah, I'm just going to come back to the chart here. I'm going to throw this up and, hey, everybody, welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, going over some data. So welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. And yeah, I did put out a Rocket Lab video earlier today. Oh, and I forgot to mention the reason why this is dialed in is because yesterday I spent too much time with the intro, needed to get into the chart. So I'm going to be focused today. But yeah, I did put out a video earlier today on Rocket Lab, largely based on, let's see, some contracts. But surprisingly, it's actually been a pretty bad looking day for Rocket Lab. So net call premium down 10.5 million, net put premium up 2 million. So not such a great day. And, I might be completely wrong about that, but that was really based upon, let's see, some rolling of contracts, which I went over in the video. One of those was this $57 strike call that expires next Friday on October 3rd. It looks like they might have exited that and perhaps rolled into a $54 strike that also expires in October. I'll have to check on that in the morning to see, what the open interest is on both of those. But yeah, I did end up getting a couple of these $57.50 contracts just because, the data seemed really good, but then, it changed like right after open. And I think yesterday, the high was $220 or $2.20. But then I think it closed around, if I just go back one day, so we can just see the 2 days. Here, actually, I'm just going to, yeah, I have to do it like this. It closed around like 180, but then I saw price coming down, so I placed a limit buy at 160, which got filled at 124, and then I ended up getting another one right around, let's see here, a little bit lower, I guess, at 69 cents. And then it went lower like right after that. Looks like that's when the person exited the position. So maybe that's a really bad trade. I have no idea, but I'm going to see what happens. I got 2 contracts. My average is 99 cents. Maybe I lose $200. Maybe I don't. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, looking at the chart, still above the 50-day SMA. So I think that there could be some really nice stuff going on with it. And actually, I don't know if news is pulled, if I could see news here. I'm not too familiar with the data on TradingView, but I am in Webull, so I might pull that up real quick. Rocket Lab, any news from today? Rocket Lab stock is sliding Wednesday. What's going on? This is from Benzinga. And so we can read about how shares on Rocket Lab are trading lower Wednesday afternoon, caught in a broader market downturn as major indices see red. So yeah, it was just kind of general and stuff, so not specific to Rocket Lab necessarily. But yeah, then coming back to the list, I did want to mention some stuff on NEO is up green on the day, closed at 712, so went up 19 cents on the day. And I wanted to pull up, let's see, the NEO data here, really just general, just pull this up. The past couple of days, we've seen big sell-offs in net call premium in the last 15 minutes of trading, but we did not see that today. We saw net call premium increase over the course of the day, ending at $1.42 million, with net put premium going up by 348. And so if we go back 3 days, you could see these massive sell-offs in net call premium. That has me concerned, in all honesty, is that it could be consolidating or pulling back some, maybe coming down to 550, but could just be coming down to 6. I really don't know, but this is not a great look. What we saw over here is much better, but still, relative. You see net call premium up 1.42 million, but the past couple of days it was down 9 million, down 13 million. So today, it doesn't look bad like it did the past couple of days, but it doesn't negate, what was not looking so great there. So I'd still be a little bit concerned about that. And let's see, what do I have drawn up here? Let's see, Fibonacci retracement. So yeah, this could be coming down to, 650, somewhere around there. It could be coming down to 6 or maybe even 550. Or, it could just spend a month consolidating here. And then, the premium on contracts would be going down due to theta decay. So that is something to consider with options. I'm just holding the stock. Maybe it pulls back like I suggested, like doing this inverse head and shoulders pattern. But somebody in the comments was saying, it's speculation saying this. Everything about the stock market is speculation. It's 100% speculation. So yeah, this pattern hasn't happened yet, but I could see it happening. And even if it came down to 550, that would not negate the bigger picture bullish thesis that this could be going up to 10. So that's, the point I wanted to make with that. I did get a request from yesterday's stream to go over AMC, and that's actually the screenshot that I have in the thumbnail. And right after I took the screenshot, it went green, but then it does look like AMC ended the day red, closing at a price of $2.92, hitting a low of $2.87. And in that last AMC video, I did talk about AMC coming down to $2.90 to $2.80 range. We did do that today. We have tested that, but we are also now, past 2 days, closed below that 50-day SMA, the blue line there. And yeah, so that doesn't necessarily look that good, but one of the nice things is that we see this big surge in volume backing this big move. We haven't really seen massive widespread candles the past few days. Volume has diminished. We're also above this uptrend. So I think that things are still looking good for AMC. It's just, digesting this upside move before the potential breakout above that 50-day SMA. So I think AMC is looking really good. This is, the put that I am have an order placed to sell a cash secured put on. But that's not necessarily important, really. I just wanted to, and it's not necessarily important because the premium hasn't got up to my level, which I think would be 37 cents or maybe 36 cents, 37 cents. And the high today for the premium looks like it was around 27, something like that, like not getting up to 30 cents. But yeah, if I do expand the net call and put premium for AMC, what we can see, in all honesty, nothing too interesting about this. Net call premium down by 4.23 thousand, net put premium down by 58.42 thousand. And so generally I'd say it's a nothing burger, but if we do scroll up to look at the bear bull slider, majority is on the bullish side, which is only 50% though, and that's going to be because the majority of the net premium was on selling of puts. So that would then, or the decrease in premium. So that would indicate selling or suggest selling. And so that is, not looking too bad, but again, it's like a nothing burger for today. If I come back to the chart over here, the next one on the list is Plug Power. And, I don't know how many people are still with the channel when I used to cover Plug over here. And down over here, I remember I was posting about Plug and somebody pressured me into, they tried to kind of like, shaming me into buying more at $3. It's like, no, I'm going to wait. And they were wrong. And so, I don't know. I feel like it helped the channel grow a lot, but I lost conviction down here. Just didn't want to have too many speculative plays. And then it's just like, I'm wrong, so I don't want to look at it again. But after what we're seeing here, this is again where it's like, I feel like I have kind of an emotional tie-up with Plug. So after yesterday's candle, doesn't look so good. That definitely looks like a topping signal. You see a lot of volume and then widespread to the downside. So that suggests a lot of selling up there, I would say. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get another leg up. So, what one could do is draw a Fibonacci retracement here to get some ideas of levels to the downside. And I should note that yesterday the high on the 23rd was $3.16, pulling back some. The 50% retracement would be around 230, 618 would be around 208 or 210. And that, I'm just going to draw a little horizontal line here. This actually looks like a pretty interesting level. The prior highs here could be acting as support. So maybe this is coming down to around $2, maybe 2 plus or minus 10 cents. Maybe not though. Maybe there's another leg to the upside. Maybe it gets pushed higher. For me, it's like after just the move here, so like not even from down here, but just the move here from the bottom to the top, that's an over 100% move. So for me, it's like good time to take profits, good time to trim. And then on this pullback, it's like it's still up, like 60%, 70% up. So there's a lot of risk here. So but if let's say I was in Plug, let's say I had entered here, but I did not exit up here or I did not trim here, I think that there could be another attempt to get up there. I suspect that attempt will fail, but then that would be an opportunity to trim, exit liquidity, whatever, because anybody buying up there could become that exit liquidity. So if it does go back up there, I don't expect it to hold, but that doesn't mean I think it's macro bearish or anything. The 50 SMA is around 168. That's going to be going up since price is above there. But I think this could be coming down to like $2. It did close at 240. So it could be coming down a little bit more. So, those are just my thoughts on Plug. I guess we could, look over at the contracts here. This is a put that I have that's going to zero. I'm ashamed of it. Just want to look at the net call and put premium over here. And we can see that, the red line is net put premium. That is $48,000 increase. So that is kind of bearish, but it's only 48,000 bucks. What really stands out is the net call premium. That's down $500,000. And so that does suggest some selling of calls. That could just be consolidation. That could just be, or that could be that, it's going to be pulling back a lot. And if we do go back the past couple days, I guess maybe 3 days, I need to look at it. There was this day, this would have been Monday, I believe, on the 22nd, when net call premium went up by 3.27 million. So overall, that looked really good. Right now, I mean, maybe it's coming back to 2. I don't know. We don't see massive spikes. And I can actually adjust this here just one day. I'm going to go back 2 days. So up here you can see it's September 22nd. We don't see like huge spikes in the net call premium. So this could just be like bulk retail buying a lot. So there's not like really a clear signal there. But, like with the Neo videos, with the Rocket Lab videos, I saw pretty clear signals. And it seems like things are not necessarily going the way that I would expect. But, it's like how fast do things change? They can change, within a day, but they can change within a minute. But also, they may not change. And maybe you could just be getting faked out within, the minutes between, when you see the move or see the signal and then, looking a couple days later and seeing it be negated a little bit. That could just be, that the person who is bullish or, the 3 million or whatever it was I said in calls, maybe that's just hasn't played out yet. So patience is key. Good to be patient. But yeah, I'm just going to come back here, pull up GameStop. I don't really have too much to say about this. I guess I did kind of leave these zigzags here thinking that, it could be getting up to fill this gap, but it does seem like we're pulling back some. So, maybe there's something to be cautious about that. But at the same time, you see a wider spread candle here with lower volume. My understanding of this is since there's like divergence there, you have a widespread candle, no volume backing it up. It doesn't mean there are a lot of sellers. It just means there's not a lot of volume. And so some people have taken profits up here. It drives the price down, but not a huge amount of sellers. And so with that divergence, that would make me think that this downside move is not supported by the volume. You'd want to see a lot of volume coinciding with that downside move. We don't see it. So I think this could just be, consolidating up here. Maybe it pulls down to like 26 or so, did close at 26.25. So that's something to consider. And I see Benjamin in the chat. What are my thoughts on Mara? I'll pull that up in a minute. I'm just going to go over Coinbase and Bitcoin and stuff, and then I can go over Mara there. But yeah, as far as GameStop goes, I think that these theses that I have here, as far as I'm concerned, they're still intact. Maybe it takes, a month to play out for it to get above 28.55. So, we'll have to wait and see. And then yesterday I did get a request for Coinbase. Actually, before I go to Coinbase, maybe I want to look at the net call and put premium for GameStop. So just pulling up this contract. I do not hold this one. But what we can see over here is for the day today, the 24th. Let's see if this loads. If it's not loading, we just look at it here. We see net call premium coming down by 1.3 million. Net put premium going up by 366,000. Again, not loading here. What's going on? Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so I mean, this doesn't necessarily look that good, but it's not like as many millions of dollars as we've seen in the past. So yeah, I mean, I think that this is probably just, consolidation. But like I was saying, I did get a request or a mention of Coinbase yesterday. Not sure what the person was wanting me to go over with Coinbase. But generally, I mean, in all honesty, this isn't looking that good because it has been trading below the 50 SMA for quite some time after closing today at, 321.77. However, one thing that we could see looking at the chart, which is maybe bullish, let's see, head and shoulders pattern. So, I'll just do it from up here. It doesn't really matter. And then, here's like the left shoulder, and then we have a head here. It goes a little bit lower up here to form the armpit. And maybe right now we're forming a little right shoulder there. And so that could be suggesting that there's upside to come. And the way that I would try to get an idea of that is by doing a Fibonacci extension from the low here to the armpit and then down to the low over here. And that would suggest a price move to around 378.80. But it could be coming up to like 420, somewhere around there, maybe testing, I believe, the all-time highs over there. So that's something to think about. And so they have to, Joe Bro is saying, they have to get their pockets loaded up. So I'm not sure if that's with Coinbase. And so, but yeah, I mean, I would think that, generally this looks bearish being below the 50 SMA. But with, what I'll go over with Bitcoin and stuff in a minute, I think that we've kind of bottomed yesterday. There was news from California about Bitcoin, about the, Ian running for governor, Bitcoin candidate. And, I think that it was an underwhelming news event, but I think it's actually a really significant news. And so people were just underwhelmed by it. But I think we were actually forming a bottom then. We didn't get a reaction to the upside, but I think that we're starting to go higher. So I think that's looking good. But yeah, I will just go over Bitcoin really quick here. I mean, looking at that, very nice bounce up so far today by 1.4% on Bitcoin, currently trading around 113, about $600 there, 113,600. And yeah, that was a bounce from the 50% retracement, still below the 50 SMA. But my understanding of what's going on is we could be seeing a break back up to around 120, something like that. So yeah, I mean, when everybody's panicking, that's the time to chill. I do daily dollar cost averaging of Bitcoin and ETH and very small DCAs of other alts. And yeah, I mean, I haven't changed my thesis or anything. I'm just chilling. I'm not panicking. If I had more cash, I'd be throwing more at it, but I'm just chilling, doing my thesis. And since, it's related to Bitcoin, before getting on it to ETH, I'm just going to scroll down to Mara for Benjamin's request. Just going to pull up his comment there. And yeah, so what we're seeing here is, upside move here. It just looks like consolidation. It does seem, a little bit disappointing. We got these wicks to the upside, 1865. Not really getting any closes above there. And actually we opened yesterday at 1864. So yeah, I mean, I can just, where that cursor is, you can see that dash line going across. Having a tough time getting closes above there. But if Bitcoin's going to start going higher, maybe over the weekend, who knows? I think Mara could be soon to follow. And let's see, I'm not sure if I have something up here. I do. I'm just going to take a step back to see what that fib is based on. So that is like the bigger picture of Fibonacci from the head to the shoulder over here. I think I went over that in the video, but we can do another fib extension, just doing something, like from the lows over here up to the highs here, just being kind of approximate and then pulling back to the lows. And we can then take a step back to see where that would take us. That would take us, interestingly, up to the neckline around 2168. Let's round it up to 2169 for fun. So yeah, I mean, I'm not panicking about it. I'm not worried about it. I think it's probably going higher. So yeah, I think it's looking good. And then from there, I will move on to the next one on the list, which is going to be Ethereum. And so looking at ETH, I got a lot of crap drawn on here. This actually doesn't necessarily look so good because we have this downside move, consolidation over here with lower volume. And so that makes me think this is potentially a bear flag, that this could be breaking lower. And if it does break lower, I would look for, number one, a breakthrough 4,000. Number two, I've got the 382 drawn here. It's the blue line. I don't know how well you can see it, also corresponding with this white line here. But yeah, that, let's see, that retracement based on the low from June 22nd up to, I guess, the high from August 24th. And so that 382 is around $3,871. So could be seeing that So just, be prepared if it does happen. And that could also, correspond with a continuation of this downtrend, testing that then as support. So if ETH does pull back to 3,900 or 3,800, I think that'd be a dip buying opportunity. But, I think that ETH is going to at least 8,000 by the end of the year. Tom Lee thinks it could be going to 10 to 15,000 by the end of the year, I believe. So, yeah, I'm not panicking about it. And speaking of Tom Lee, maybe I'll just pull up the ETH treasury companies from the strategic ETH reserve.xyz. We didn't get any major buys today, but we did get FG Nexus. I'm not sure who they are. It looks like they added 1.6 thousand ETH to their holdings. And then if I do look at the ETFs down below, just going to switch to USD. We can actually see that yesterday on the 23rd, we saw an outflow of $140.8 million of ETH, but we actually saw no outflows or inflows from BlackRock's iShare ETF, ticker symbol ETHA. That's like the really big ones. So, I don't think that there's anything to be too concerned about. If ETH does come down lower, not a big deal, in my view. But yeah, then coming back to the chart, I think I might pull up the grab stuff from over here. I got about 4 minutes left to stream, but let's just look at this data. This was posted by Unusual Whales yesterday, I believe, actually 2 days ago on September 22nd. And so we can look at the data here, see a net call premium up on Monday by about 1.64 million. And so we can... let's see, I'm just going to go to the, the flow. And actually, I might open up a new tab for this. And so, from Unusual Whales, just going to flow data and then flow feed. And then I am going to search, grab. And I've got that filter of 200,000 over here, just above Ed's head. And so we can see that on the 22nd, there was an order that looks like the premium was 229, and that was, I should maybe pull up the chart, see what the price is. It looks like current price is like 622, but let's just pull up the grab chart here. And, pretty big move here. So maybe what I want to do is a little fib retracement just to give us an idea of where this could be pulling back to. Notably above that 50 SMA, which is at 532. So, I could see this coming down to the 50%. That's around 573. Or the 382, that's around $6, a little bit lower. So that could be happening, but maybe it's about to really take off. And or not, I have no idea. But on Monday... on the 22nd, we saw a close at the price of $6.45. And so from there, can look at this $6.50. This is a strike that expires not this Friday, not next Friday, but the Friday after, $6.50. So I'm just going to pull that up. And it looks like on the 22nd, if Ed steps out of the way for a second, you can see that on the 22nd, there was a volume of 7.4 thousand. And that led to an increase in open interest of 6.7 thousand, going from an open interest of 17,000 to nearly 24,000. So that looked pretty good. And we have seen, a little bit more buying, but it's effectively at 24,000 now for this contract. But looking at the data here, what we can see is that net call premium came down today by over 2 million, whereas net put premium was flat, right around 107,000. If I go back 3 days, we can see what Unusual Whales was posting about over here. Let's see, just looking at this, that was, midday when it was at $1.64 million. So around here, midday, right around where the cursor is here. But then it did go up higher to about 4.3 million, but then ended the day over here around 3.06 million net call premium increase. But then we've seen this drop here, about 2 million down yesterday, and about a little over 2 million down today. So that's maybe not the best thing to be seeing there. And then if we do look at these other contracts, we see 360,000 and 450,000, both being the $6 calls that expire on October 17th. So that's the monthly for October, not this Friday, not the Friday after or the Friday after that, but the Friday after that. So 4 Fridays from now. And so that was from today. It looks like, I mean, this doesn't really look that interesting in all honesty. So what do I want to pull up from here? This is what I want to look at. $6. Yeah, so it's like very odd. These were at the same time, nearly the same time, 11:38, 11:55. And so, yeah, I mean, if I pull up those contracts, we see this here, which is, this is weird because I'm not like seeing it here. 11:38, 11:55. I'm not going crazy. This trade was part of a flow alert. Click for full context. Okay, it's not really that exciting. But yeah, just let's see. This is odd. Oh, well, this is from yesterday. 923, not 924. There's nothing from today, 924, that's above 200,000. So what I want to do is click on this to look at the data. We don't see that here because I'm looking at the wrong date. If we go back in time one day to September 23rd, we can see that. And, it looks like about $1 million candle premium here of 906,000. And then just after that, 460,000. But what did we see? From the 22nd, we saw open volume of 3.2 thousand with that open interest at 57.7 thousand, a decrease into the 23rd of 917 contracts going from 57.7 to 56.8 thousand. Volume yesterday on the 23rd of 24.786 thousand, which led to a decrease of contracts, 17.611 contracts. So going from 56.8 thousand open interest to 39.25 thousand open interest. So that's not necessarily a good look. Doesn't necessarily look that good. So, just because something looks good, one day that can change. So, tough to see, tough to know what's going on. But yeah, I'm probably going to wind this down, but I do see, let's see. I just see a couple chats from before, a few chats from before. So yeah, I am going to wind this down and, bring Ed back for it. But yeah, as always, actually, before I do that, I am going to open up some power packs today. So I'll post a video on that probably after recording this. I'll put that together because I got to get outside and paint some more before it gets dark. But, just wanted you guys to be aware that I will be doing another power packs video because Wednesdays are for GameStop, and today is Wednesday. But yeah, as always, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I will be streaming again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I might do another video tonight in addition to the power packs because I don't think morning releases are really that popular. The Rocket Lab one wasn't too popular this morning. So, maybe I'll do another stock video tonight, but we'll have to see. But I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow at 5 p.m. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys.